Okay, the Trump administration is now emailing grocery stores telling them they can't offer discounts to SNAP-eligible Americans that can't afford food right now since Donald Trump is refusing to fund SNAP benefits.
Donald Trump doesn't care about poor people, a statement that we all can agree is true. Which is why it's really confusing that his base, which is MAGA, are mainly poor people. The Trump administration sent out a memo to groceries and grocery stores telling them they cannot provide or offer discounted goods to those people who have lost their SNAP benefits. The USDA sent out a memo to several grocers around the country who had planned to offer discounted produce and discounted goods to those recipients who have lost SNAP, telling them that they cannot treat SNAP recipients any differently, they cannot price things differently, and that they had to offer things at the regular price. This comes at the same time that Donald Trump threw a elaborate, lavish party for Halloween, spending millions of dollars to host people, while millions of people who are mainly in his base lose access to food, all because he doesn't want to guarantee that millions of people remain insured under affordable health care. Do you see how crazy that sounds? I have personally lived in a country that had a dictator that through lavish events, lavish weddings, lavish parties, where the bulk of the population was living under $1 a day. And where's that? Not alive. We've seen this time and time and time again, where these people in power, they live a elaborate, lavish life, while people who supported them are living in austerity and destitution. And this is currently happening in America. Donald Trump has the lowest rating amongst white people that he's ever had from his first term until now, until he's been reelected. And I'm like, are people finally waking up to the fact that he doesn't give a fuck about you? It's not just people who look like me he doesn't care about. He doesn't care about poor people in general, because the poor people somehow always have his back. Groceries are higher, gas is higher, expenses are higher, the economy is down. But guess what's not down? Donald Trump's coffers. This is the president that has made billions of dollars since he's come into office.
Once again, the MAGA administration shows where its priorities truly lies, not with struggling Americans, but with corporate interests and performative toughness against the poor. The recent warning from the USDA to retailers not to give discounts or special promotions to people using SNAP is another example of how those at the bottom are being treated under the guise of fairness. Hi guys, welcome back again to the YouTube channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So I came across this on my FYP and I decided to share with you all, right? So I'm going to let some of the clips, right, I've gathered for you guys through, then I'll come back with more commentary. Please do well to let me know what you are thinking in the comment section, and credit to all creators on this video. Please do not forget to like and share. So let's go watch, then I'll come back with more commentary.
Trump just punished grocery stores for helping hungry families. Some grocery stores were doing the right thing, giving a few dollars off for families using SNAP. Just small discounts meant to help people stretch their benefits when everything costs more than it did last month. But now Trump's USDA has warned those stores that if they keep offering those discounts, they could lose their right to accept SNAP entirely. And guess what's happening? Some stores are already pulling those discounts back out of fear. Think about that. The government isn't angry at corporations raising prices. They're angry at stores trying to make food cheaper. They're not protecting fairness. They're protecting control. They're calling it the equal treatment rule. But equality isn't when rich and poor both have the right to pay full price. It's when the poor actually have a fair shot to eat. Over 40 million rely on SNAP just to survive. And Trump's administration is now threatening a few stores that actually care enough to help. And that's not leadership. That's cruelty disguised as policy. If you care about this, share it, because silence is exactly what they're counting on.
Trump's Department of Agriculture just threatened thousands of grocery stores for trying to provide discounts to families who lost their SNAP benefits. Specifically, they're abusing a rule that was designed to protect SNAP recipients called the Equal Treatment Rule. The point of this rule was to ensure that grocery stores weren't discriminating against SNAP recipients and giving them equal opportunity and access to purchase food. But now, as the Trump administration freezes essential funds for the SNAP programs and families are starting to go hungry, they're actually arguing that this rule prevents grocery stores from offering discounts and helping starving families. This also seems like a good time to remind everyone that the only reason that families are starting to go hungry is because the Trump administration is refusing to release emergency funds that were designated to fund SNAP if the government froze. So all that's to say, the cruelty is the point. They're spending their time and resources ensuring that people go hungry, not working to prevent it. Now, obviously, Trump's interpretation of this rule will be challenged in court, but these cases take months that families don't have. But in the immediate, grocery stores could get around this legal hurdle by offering discounts to those in need without specifying SNAP status, just implying it. The thought I'm left with here is that the government should be working this hard to help people, not intentionally hurt them.
And y'all make sure y'all wear those MAGA hats when y'all standing in line at those food banks. They won't feed you. because that's what they're supposed to do. They're going to feed you, but you make sure you wear that MAGA hat.
I really don't know how much or how long we have to keep saying that SNAP is not a luxury. It's not a handout that makes people rich or lazy. It's a safety net, one that millions of working Americans, veterans, working class families, the elderly, and even children depend on just to have something to eat. Many SNAP recipients are already employed, but because of low wages and rising costs, they rely on this help to survive. For the USDA to step in and warn stores against, offering them a little relief, even something as simple as a small discount or loyalty reward, is a slap in the face to the struggling families trying to stretch every dollar. Okay, the government's reasoning sounds bureaucratic on the surface. They claim is about program integrity and unfair competition. But what's really unfair is how the system continues to punish the poor for being poor. Wealthy shoppers get loyalty points, coupons, credits, and credit card rewards and exclusive discount every day. No one questions whether those are fair. But when a single mom using food stamp gets 10% off a loaf of bread, suddenly is a national issue. That's not about fairness. That's about control. This move fits perfectly into a long-running pattern under the USDA, Trump's USDA. What's especially twisted is how this directive affects small businesses. Many local stores and community grocery have been trying to help customers cope with, rising food prices. Offering modest discounts or loyalty programs isn't just good for the community. It helps those stores stay afloat. But now, under the USDA warning, even that goodwill is being discouraged. Essentially, they are saying, don't be too good to the poor. Meanwhile, massive corporations and billion-dollar companies receive tax breaks, subsidies, and bailout money without any moral lectures about dependency. Farmers got billions in trade war bailout during Trump, during this whole time. But a mother trying to save a few dollars on groceries gets scolded is a striking example of hypocrisy and misplaced priorities. This decision doesn't just hurt wallet, it deepens the stigma. Every time the government enforces rules like this, it reinforces the idea that being poor makes you less deserving of compassion or normal treatment. It isolates those already struggling and creates a culture where people feeling ashamed for needing help. Instead of empowering Americans, it humiliates them. Right? And now food prices are still climbing. Rent is high. Wages have barely budged for many workers. People are doing, their bit, okay, to survive. But all of a sudden, they're coming up with this whole warning thing. People are doing just so many things to survive because the system that keeps moving goalposts, is not helping matter. Yet, instead of creating ways to ease that burden, the Trump era USDA seems to have gone out of its way to make sure the poor doesn't catch even the smallest break. And that's really, frustrating this period. Well, guys, let me know what your own take are in the comment section. I really love to read from you guys. Okay, I feel so bad for everybody who is being affected. I pray that God really helps you guys. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and see you all next time. Bye, guys.